Hello, my name is Sarah Romeo, and in this video, I will be showing you how to search one of our general databases called Films on Demand. While you might be familiar with searching for articles or newspapers using our library resources, we also have a number of video and film databases that may be really good sources of information for your work here at Hudson Valley. So one of those databases, as I mentioned, is called Films on Demand, and I'm going to show you about that database in this video. So today we'll learn how to access the Films on Demand database, how to search for videos, and how to use some of the video features and transcript tools that are available to you. We're going to go live now and start on the HVCC homepage at hvcc.edu. I want you to find the library link in the black bar near the top of the page. You'll see the word library and go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to our library page on the HVCC website, and we're going to scroll down until we see the purple box that says Find Sources from the Dwight Marvin Library. We'll click there. This will take you to the homepage for all of our library resources for researching. And again, you'll see another black bar near the top of the page right here, and we're going to find the tab that says Database Finder. You can access it here or from the top of the page here. But let's click that tab and you'll see a link for the database finder, and we can click on that and it opens up our A to Z listing of all the databases we subscribe to. So you'll see you have your A to Z links right here across the top of the page, and since we know the database we're looking for, we could go ahead and click on F, and that would jump us right down all the way to F. Let's see, right there, and Films on Demand is the only one under F. So if we wanted to click on that, we could just go F, and there it is. So to get into Films on Demand, you'll want to click on that link, and it's going to prompt you to sign in with your Hudson Valley username and password. And once we do that, we are in the Films on Demand database, and this is what the home page looks like. So you'll see a search bar near the top, as well as a link for the advanced search. And if you scroll down, you'll see a number of playlists of different topics that Films on Demand has put together for their users. So you can look through those. You can look through the different producers that give their content to Films on Demand. They are pretty big names that should be familiar to you. And you can go ahead and look through all of that information if you want to as well. However, let's say today we know our topic, that we're doing a paper on racism in America. So let's do a very basic, easy search. We'll use the search bar right at the top, and we'll go ahead and type in racism in America, and we'll search for that. So as you'll see, Films on Demand has returned over 1,300 results, and these are all videos that have to do with racism in America. So one thing to be aware of when you're searching in Films on Demand is you'll see that some of these videos say segment next to them, and some of them will also say full title, but a lot of them are going to say segment. So what Films on Demand does is it breaks videos apart into segments, which are sort of like chapters of a book. So let's what we can do to narrow this down further is we can go into our More Filters button here, and that'll drop down a menu. And if you go down to your formats, what you can do is you'll see you have three options. You can do full titles, segments, or series. I like to search full titles. So let's go ahead and click on that. Now you'll see that narrowed our results down to 921. So that knocked off about 400, but we still have a lot to work with. You'll see you can also narrow by languages and also the type of video. So if you're doing a research paper, you're going to want to think about documentary films, educational videos, maybe an interview or a primary source. But for today, let's pick documentary film. So you'll see that updated live. Now we've got 587 results. So we're getting down there. Another way to narrow your search is to narrow by copyright dates. So sometimes your professor might say, oh, you need something that's a year old or within the last 5 years or so. They want to use a fairly recent source. So let's pick within 5 years. And that narrowed our search down to 105 results. As you can see, you can also additionally narrow down by producers. If you knew you wanted a PBS video or something like that, you could scroll through here and see if they have anything. But for now, let's just leave all the producers and we'll click done now that we have 105 results. This is more manageable. So as you can see, these are all full videos. You'll see the title of the video is a link. You'll see that there's a little preview video, and you'll also see next to each preview there's the length of the video itself, and a description, as well as some publication information. So you can start looking through these and scrolling through and seeing what might work for your research. So let's say we see this video, True Justice, and we want to take a look at that. So we'll click on the title, and this will take you into the video page where you can watch the full video and also get a lot of helpful information. So this video player should look familiar. It looks like YouTube or other video players you might use. You just click play and it'll start up. You don't want to watch that right now. There's also the volume control. You've got your closed captioning. You can put it in full screen with these two arrows. But continue scrolling down and you'll see there's a share button. So you can email it to yourself. You'll see there's an email tab. You can also grab the link if you prefer to copy the record URL. You can copy and paste that into a Word document or whatever you're using to keep track of your sources. So that's handy to know. You'll see this Add To button with a plus sign. You can actually create a profile in Films on Demand if you feel like you're going to be using it a lot. And then you can make playlists and have favorites, so you could do that. Another important tool is you have your citation tool to cite the video, so you easily can access your MLA citation to copy and paste, or your APA citation, and those are available to you right there. You'll also see this segments tool. That's another advanced feature. If you wanted to create a profile, you can also work with creating your own segments and clips of specific parts of the video you want to use. So that's something to think about maybe too. Below that you'll see a detailed description of the video, so you can review that perhaps before watching it. And to the right you'll see details about when it was produced, when it came out, what type of film it is, the language, and runtime. So that's all helpful for knowing what you're working with. If we scroll back up to the right of the video, you'll see you have the option to view the segments. As I mentioned, these are sort of what Films on Demand divides videos into, and they give them titles. So perhaps you didn't want to or have time to watch the entire video, and maybe you just wanted to watch the part about death row and lynchings, which is a 6-minute 22-second portion of this video. So then you could click on that and it would jump right to that section of the video you can see. So that can be helpful for narrowing it down once you've selected a video to a specific part of that video. Another really helpful tool is you'll see next to segments there's a transcript tab. So let's click that and you'll see it's switched over. Pretty much every video in Films on Demand has an interactive transcript. And what I mean by that is you can watch the video and the transcript will follow along to the right here, or what you can do is you can scroll through and click on a section and the video will jump right to that point. Another way you can use this is you'll see there's a search bar here to search the video. So let's say we wanted to focus on the Supreme Court and racism in America. We could type in Supreme Court, and we want to use quotes around that because we want to search both of the words together as a phrase. Now you can see, it may be a little hard to see, but underneath where I typed in Supreme Court, you'll see all these little black dots popped up. You can see I'm running my cursor on them. Those are actually all the instances in which the Supreme Court is mentioned in the transcript. And if you click on one of those black dots, it'll jump
I can
the
see my
video
mother in him.
and the transcript ahead to where the Supreme
But my
Court is
parents
mentioned.
didn't always agree on.
So that's a handy way to jump through the video to find different sections where the
somebody
Supreme
does,
Court
you have
has
to
been
take
mentioned.
into
You can
account.
flip around really easily. So as you can see, there's a lot to work with here in Films on Demand and within these videos themselves. And we really hope that you'll be able to use these videos as another more interactive source for your research projects and research papers while you're here at Hudson Valley.